Joining us now with reaction, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, along with senior fellow at the Hoover Institution, Victor Davis Hanson. Thank you both for being here. Pam, we did a little bit of quick research. In California, where Disneyland is located, Disney does not have a sanctuary country inside California where they have their own distinct tax status. Yet, Democrats are losing their mind over the fact that Florida is simply leveling the playing field and saying, hey, Disney, you don't get to be your own country.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Pete. And those woke executives that live in California pay about 40% more in their taxes than the executives that live in the great state of Florida. So, you know, we passed this bill in Florida, and I'm so proud of Wilton Simpson, our Senate president, and our governor for signing it and bringing them to light on it. And this is why it's so important. The first bill, the Parental Rights bill, as you said, it is protecting 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, okay? Yes. Kindergarten through third graders from not talking about sex in school. I think any parent in America would agree with that. Passed, done, great law. Then Disney comes in, they lie about our governor, they lie about our Senate, they lie about our House, they lie about what parents want in the state of Florida, and they're held accountable. What they did was they didn't stay in their own lane. Their lane is entertaining families and making a lot of money for their shareholders. Yet they shined a huge spotlight on themselves. This law is 55 years old. None of us actually knew the extent of the privileges that Disney had in their own kingdom, and now they're taken away.
Yeah, and their lane used to be wholesome content that parents could count on, and now turn on Disney Plus, and you don't know what new woke series you're gonna see if you leave your kids unattended. Victor, when you look at this, it used to be Democrats that would fight against corporate carve-outs or tax breaks for big businesses. Now they are falling over themselves to protect one. Why this change, Victor?
Oh, I think it's just a matter of we're going to force this down people's throats, and how dare you object to us. I mean, it's kind of highly ironic. Disney's got a market capitalization, Pete, of $300 million, and they're worried about Disney has this autonomous zone. And all DeSantis did in the legislature, they just said, let's go back to normality. And Disney's in a bad place because how many places in the United States have 20 million people in an all-weather, climate? Maybe Florida, California, and Texas, and that's about it. You need a big population, you need warm weather, so that they're at the mercy. And it's very ironic because remember the last decade we've been told that private business can really force these conservative states to their knees. So if they have ID laws, Major League Baseball will boycott them, or if South Carolina has just 2 bathrooms and all of our California companies here will shut out billions of dollars. So now it's sort of reversed. That not really, it's not even equal yet. But the states are saying, we can do this too. We can pass laws that reflect our values, just like you can boycott our states. But they get hysterical. Because I think that the subtext of all of this, whether it's critical race theory in the schools, or it's transgenderism, or it's open borders, 51% don't agree with any of these ideologies, none of these agendas. So they either have to change the demography or they have to indoctrinate young people. So when Weingarten has this stuff about wars, it's kind of ironic that she was right, that indoctrination of young kids, whether it was in the Third Reich or the Soviet system or Mao's China, was essential to creating an autocracy and a totalitarian ideology, which, we know how that all ended for everyone. And so that's what they're doing because they can't win the people. They don't have a effective persuasive agenda, and the people have rejected it, and they're going crazy, and they're saying, well, we got to go to the kids then, or we've got to bring in new people, or we've got to change the system, because we can't win anymore because we've gone off the deep end.
Pam, that feels right. It feels like the woke versus the newly awake, who realize what they'd taken for granted for quite some time. What's been the reaction, honestly, amongst apolitical independents inside Florida based on the mischaracterization of this bill? How do they really view it?
Well, Floridians everywhere, I mean, they can't believe it. I think people are giving up Disney Plus. They're giving up their season passes. Disney, they didn't stay in their lane, and they're wrong, and they lied about our state, and they lied about what our parents want in our state, and they are supposed to be the organization that looks out for families, yet they're enjoying a privilege that Universal doesn't enjoy, SeaWorld doesn't enjoy, our museums don't have, our aquariums don't have. And now we are leveling the playing field in the state of Florida, and they're going to have to abide by it. And it was their mistake because they brought this to light on themselves. And, you know, in Florida, we're not going to put up with these woke corporations. It's unbelievable that we're even having to talk about this. And in our schoolrooms and in our classrooms, the books that they're putting out there, it's truly unreal. But in the state of Florida, we're going to look out for parents and children, and we're going to continue to do that.
Victor, we don't have much time, and it's kind of a big question, but do the best you can. Is the left capable of any self-reflection based on electoral viability, or did they have to double down because of their thirst for ideology and control?
Well, no, they're ideologues. They're not capable of any concessions or moderation. That's what ideologues are. They've hijacked the old Democratic Party, and they would rather lose and be ideologically correct than win and be ideologically incorrect. And these are sins of not just commission, Pete, their omission. They assume that these first, second, and third graders are getting great education, and they know art and music and literature and language, and they're so well taught by these brilliant teachers that they have time to teach transgenderism. Well, that should be the last thing until they get the basics, and we know that our kids are not getting a good education at all.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, look out in 2022 in the midterms. If Democrats get wiped out, watch them say it's because we weren't left enough. Are they capable of learning? I don't feel like they are. Pam, Victor Davis Hanson, thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.